Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamen Netanyahu, in one of his latest speeches, he declared openly and proudly that he is a student of Jabotinsky. Who is Jabotinsky? Vladimir Jabotinsky, born in 1880 in the Russian Empire in Odessa, which is now Ukraine, a famous Zionist leader who was the founder of the militant Zionist terrorist movement. Two important facts to know about Vladimir Jabotinsky. He is the founder of the revisionist movement who advocated the creation of a Palestinian Jewish state on both sides of the Jordan River. He is the founder of the militant Zionist movement, founded and led the Haganah and the Irgun groups that were described by the U.S. Department of Justice as Jewish Zionist terrorist groups. It is also important to know that the U.S. Department of Justice stated in a famous report that the Jewish Zionist terrorist groups played a significant part in the establishment of the Jewish state. The Zionist terrorist groups, the Haganah and the Irgun, eventually created the Israeli Defense Force, who is still committing their terrorist acts in Palestine and the atrocities and the genocide we see now in Gaza. The Prime Minister of Israel is openly declaring that he is a proud student of the founder of the Zionist terrorist groups that committed atrocities, massacres, genocides in Palestine since the 1920s. The same terrorist groups that launched terrorist attacks on Palestinian men, women, and children, and on British officials and troops in Palestine and outside of Palestine. Netanyahu's idol, the terrorist leader, was sentenced by the British government to 15 years of hard labor for committing acts of terrorism. I guess it is very clear to all of us now that Netanyahu is stating that he will proudly and openly follow the footsteps of his terrorist teacher, and he will be committing acts of terrorism on the Palestinian people. He is declaring openly and proudly that he will be slaughtering, bombing, and displacing the indigenous people of Palestine, the Palestinian people. And this is exactly what we see happening in Gaza for the past 2.5 months. And unfortunately, the whole world is not able to stop this bloodthirsty terrorist that deserves to be sentenced for his war crimes. So would the proud student Netanyahu face the exact same fate as his master?